It is important to distinguish the seeds of Abraham. The promised physical seed or covenant seed of Abraham are the Hebrews through the promised son Isaac, different from other natural descendants of Abraham. God's irrevocable covenant with Abraham included personal blessings, earthly and material blessings, and spiritual blessings, to be fulfilled literally as the covenant was unconditional and everlasting. The singular seed of Abraham is Christ, stated in Galatians 3. Abraham is the ancestor of Christ himself, in whom all of God's promises of blessings are centered, as an inheritance was promised to Christ, Abraham's seed. God always intended Christ, Abraham's specific descendant, his ultimate seed, to be the only means of salvation and spiritual blessings for the whole mankind. Therefore, all must be saved through Christ alone, by grace alone, through faith alone. The spiritual seed of Abraham are the people of all ethnicities and nationalities who share the same faith in God like Abraham. And so, believers in Christ are called the children of Abraham and heirs of the promise God gives to Abraham, that in him all nations will be blessed, as all who are in Christ are equal in the eyes of God, irrespective of ethnicity, gender, or social status. As salvation transcends all barriers of race, gender, wealth, culture, as anyone in Christ by faith is promised to be an heir. And the promises God gave to become his children were received only by faith, making Abraham the spiritual father of all who believe, with an inheritance of spiritual blessings in Christ, making the believers fellow heirs of the world. The Jewish religious leaders were prideful that they were Abraham's seed and assumed that their lineage is a guarantor of God's favor and blessings without the need for repentant faith and salvation. They were rebuked by John the Baptist and then by Jesus himself, who makes a distinction between the physical and the true spiritual seed of Abraham, that being a physical seed of Abraham is not enough for salvation. The Apostle Paul too states the difference between the seeds of Abraham clearly in Romans 2.